All right, so Michael has insisted, y'all, that they go through the crab and make sure there's no shells left. But Michelle is a professional decrabber.
Said if there's any shells in there, they're dad's.
Uh-huh.
Which is really not true. Dad can pick really fast.
He can pick fast. But y'all, now how many crabs? I hope y'all got to see the video of these two out there crabbing.
Yeah, that'll be the first.
Yes, that'll be the first video shown. And I loved watching father and daughter out there doing what they are so good at and what they love so much. They've been crabbing out there since Michelle was a wee tiny girl. And how many crabs did y'all get, do you think?
Dozen and a half.
A dozen and a half.
But they were all packed with meat.
And how long did it take y'all to pick them? Long time, didn't it?
About
Couple
an
of
hour.
hours? I thought, well, y'all may
We
have
were
been
shifting
sitting
around
out
in our
there
chairs.
talking.
Well, that's the best part about picking crab is you get to talk and
Get to talk.
It's good
and
quality
visit.
time.
Yes, yes. So, I tell y'all what, crab cakes have never been one of my favorite dishes.
two.
Not even when I make them myself. I
Just so
can't
you know,
even
we only
please
got two
myself. But
That's pretty
you were
good.
right. You were right.
that was good.
Those were Michelle's too.
But Michelle brought us some crab cakes over that she had picked. You know, she had caught the crabs, picked them, and brought us 4 crab cakes. And I tell you what, they were so good, I wished I'd hidden one from Michael. So I could have 3 and him have 1. Delicious. That girl knows she can make a crab cake. So I'm so thrilled that she has agreed to come in here today and show us her way of making crab cakes. And you know, if you don't live on salt water, you know, you can buy it from the seafood market, right? Or the grocery stores, and it comes in a can, usually about a 1 pound can. I'm washing these onions, Michelle, because they felt a little gritty.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter where you live, you can have crab cakes.
I think a lot of places ship them now.
You know they do. They do. Cause who ordered some lobster? Was it you, Eddie?
Yeah, last summer.
You know, Eddie's from Lobster Country in New Hampshire. So, oh my gosh, what treat that was. So, Michelle's gonna make her crab cakes, and I'm gonna do just a couple of devil crabs. And I was asking Michelle a while ago, I said, now what's the difference? Tell me the difference between crab cakes and devil crab.
Oh, me?
Yeah, when I asked you a while ago.
Yeah, well, I mean...
And your answer made sense to me. Because
so
it's basically the same seasoning.
Yeah. So a deviled crab is, to me, more of a cakey way to eat crab. More like...
More almost like a dressing.
Right.
Stuff with a lot of bread.
And you can't taste the crab, so that's why I'm a
Yeah.
fan of crab cakes.
Yeah.
Because I just keep it simple, and then there's
Yes.
nothing but the crab. Because
Yes.
I like to be able to taste my crab.
Do you want me to transfer this crab to your bowl for you? Yes, no, maybe.
That's fine. So basically, I was telling Paula I don't really have a recipe. I just I just put my crab in, and what you're gonna see us do is just try, and you want to make something that you can actually mold, but that's not wet. So we'll just take the crab and then add in an egg and add in some mayonnaise and a little bit of Old Bay and some green onions and mix it all together until you have something that you can actually squish into a little patty. And then you throw it in the pan and then you eat it.
Okay, I'm getting it, sister. Just another set of eyes looking, another set of one eye looking. mean, you know, you gotta
Oh,
laugh
I forgot to
about
add the eggs.
Oh, okay. Now, how many eggs will you put in?
I just start with a little because you can't take it away, but you can add to
There
it.
you go.
There
you go.
I'll pull 2 just in case.
Yeah. Cause you don't normally. What do y'all think? This is almost 2 pounds of crab meat. What you think, Mikey?
Yeah.
That's a lot of crab.
That's a lot of crab.
That looks good.
Ooh, I'm a happy girl.
And when I do the green onions, like I said, I really just want to taste the crab, so I only add the other stuff in as you want to think of a hint of flavor. So I use a little bit of the white part that has the strong, and then a little bit of the green that's not as strong because I don't want the onion to overwhelm the crab cake. Okay.
All right. So we all agreed that's probably 2 pounds of crab meat, right?
Sure.
All right. And Michelle was saying a while ago, she said, this is my truth, is the way I see it. And I said, well, yeah, that's what we all do. It's truth as we know it for ourselves. So, listen, you proved the point when you cook those crab cakes. You got it down.
So I start with my crab in the bowl. Once I've already picked through, make sure I don't have any crabs shells in there. Then I'll throw some mayonnaise in.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't really have an actual
like I do.
formulated recipe. I just what you're going for is something that's not too wet, but that'll stick together.
But you said earlier, Michelle, a cup. You felt like it was a cup of mayonnaise to
Like 3 cups of crab. Okay. That's me guessing, but it seems like about like that.
So that's really mayonnaise-y, which is good.
And so,
and you want to stir that very gently because you want to keep those big clumps of crab meat, intact.
So I'm actually working with a lot more crab meat than normal because I was telling Dad while we were picking the other day that it was a true testament to me growing up and becoming an adult that I would actually pick for someone else to eat. Because I didn't really want to pick unless I was eating it.
She loves her some crab.
So that's pretty good and sticky. I'm going to add just a little bit more.
Kind of looks like the consistency that I would do potato salad, almost. That much mayonnaise. Yum! I can't wait.
Funny.
All right.
So now
you would never eat a devil crab with that much crab in it.
That's why I don't eat devil crab.
I thought I spied a shell, but I didn't.
So I just cracked 2 eggs and I whisk them together, but I'm going to start just with half of this because if you get it too wet, then your crab cakes don't turn out pretty, but Paula knows how to fix that.
Well, when she brought me the raw crab cakes for me to fry myself, and they were so wet. I said, I'm not going to be able to get these to hold together. So I just got my panko and I poured it out on a plate and just patted those crab cakes in some more panko because they had been in the refrigerator 24 hours, so they had gotten a whole lot wetter. And oh my gosh, they did up beautifully though. So if you get them too wet, just add some more breadcrumbs or panko. Personally, I love the panko.
Yeah. And now I'll put a little bit of breadcrumbs into the mix. And again, all you're doing is trying to get it to hold together. You're not trying to use less crab.
And back here in this pot, y'all, Michael is, he's sanitizing the real crab shells. He's got them balling back here just to kill any germ or whatever they might have. So those are ready, and I'm going to show you how I make devil crab. So save me a little bit of this, not much, just enough for 2 shells.
Okay, but we'll use this mixture.
Yeah, I ain't got no more crab.
I know. Whoops. So we've got the crab meat, the mayonnaise, the egg. Now I'm just going to put in the.
If you can give me a little in this bowl.
Oh, yeah.
How about that? Well, you hadn't got your onions or anything.
It don't matter.
Yet. Okay.
She'll save you a little.
I think that's plenty because I'm gonna add some lot of bread to it.
And then I'm just gonna put my, see, deviled crab. Put your onions in there.
Uh-huh. Yum.
And then I just like to take Old Bay, but remember, like I like crab that I just pick out the shell and eat straight out the shell.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do here with the crab cakes. So I actually don't put any seasoning other than Old Bay, and I just kind of
And
sprinkle.
Old Bay has a lot of salt in it.
So good.
And Old Bay also has a spicy. Here you go, honey.
Thanks. So if you don't like spice and you don't want as much sodium, you could just add salt and pepper to your mixture.
Yeah.
And not use as much salt.
That's some good mayonnaise right there, y'all.
Ooh, so good.
Mayonnaise of the South.
That's about it. So now you're just gonna form them into crab patties.
Okay, I have you a cookie sheet right here. After you put them together, you can put them right here on the sheet, and then we'll start frying.
Okay.
All right, so now if you want to make devil crab, and you've gotten a container from your seafood market, and you don't have access to the real shells that they lived in, you can buy these little tin ones, and it works okay, but I like the real deal. And Michelle really liked these when Eddie pulled these out. These are, let me see what it says. It's from Biloxi, Mississippi, Benville Oyster Company. So this is what you would make your oysters Rockefeller or something like that in. And Emerald Lagasse sent these to me for Christmas one year. And we just love them. So if we didn't have their real house that they lived in, and we didn't have these, the devil crab would be beautiful in these, Emerald. And I hope I sent you a note and thanked you for them. I hope. If I didn't, I'm telling you now, Emerald, I hope y'all are doing well, and I love the oyster shells. Whoa, look at those cakes. Did you put any breadcrumb in it yet?
I put a tiny bit.
Okay.
So I literally just do enough to hold them together, and
Okay.
And then you can either cook them like this, or
Okay.
Paula's favorite way to eat them is to coat them with panko
Uh-huh.
and it holds them together, and then they're crispier and they're delicious. So
All right, now what do you cook yours in, Michelle? What kind of?
I usually cook almost everything in olive oil, but
Okay.
it doesn't matter either way.
Okay.
Whatever oil
Why
you want.
Why don't we do some olive oil and some butter?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Because the olive oil will keep the butter from burning. All right, but I want you to tell me how deep you cook these in olive oil. So if you'll look over here.
Yeah, I don't really fry them. I mean, that's enough. That's plenty.
Oh, okay. I was gonna fry them puppies.
But, well, I mean, it doesn't matter. Either way, they're good. There's really no
Okay.
right way or wrong
There's
way.
the healthy
Just as long as they
version,
hold
and
together.
then there's the Paula version.
I'm looking for butter.
There's some in the refrigerator.
Oh yeah, I knew I tucked some in here last night. And guess what I cooked for you, Michelle?
What you cook?
That I got in the refrigerator. Fresh turnip greens.
Oh my gosh. There's few things I like more than crab, and turnips comes real close to crab. I can remember, oh my gosh, a really long time ago. I don't even think Dad and Paula were married, but she had cooked turnip greens and had made cornmeal dumplings. And I came in there and I didn't realize that, like, I thought I was being real sneaky and just eating a few cornmeal dumplings here and cornmeal dumplings there. But little did I know I had finished off almost all the dumplings in the pot, so I got caught. And I think from there on out, I had extra dumplings made.
I think we had 1 or 2 dumplings left.
We've made those on the show in honor of you, Michelle.
good.
Actually, we did those one time because I remember I think we were at Bobby's.
There's nothing like Paula's turnips for sure.
This is your phone, right, Michelle? I mean, Michael? There you go.
Yeah, that's me. Hey.
Oh my gosh, these are beautiful. All right, and here's the turnip greens and their roots, and I cooked them with hog jowl, y'all.
So good.
They don't have those cornmeal dumplings yet. though.
No, they don't have cornmeal dumplings yet, but they may before the day's over. It just depends on if I run out of time or not, or if Michelle gets to them before I do.
And so then, because I choose to make these with just a lot of meat, you kind of have to pick them up tenderly,
Yes,
or your meat's going to fall out.
yes, and you want to be gentle with your crab from start to finish, don't you? All right, I put a little butter in the olive oil. I'm gonna put these away because I'm thankful we don't.
I'm going to let you do this part because you're better at flipping it than I am.
Okay, can I put some more panko on
Yeah,
the
no, cook them
outside?
just like you did the other night at your house.
Okay. Because I don't.
Yeah, I had to bring her some, but they weren't cooked because if I cooked them, like the first batch I had made, I ate them. I'd already told her I was going to bring her some.
I know it.
So I actually found one more shell I'm going to stick right here. Bam.
All right. Well, I'm gonna.
I'm going to wash my hands.
I mean, you would probably be scared
No,
when you
not
saw
at
how much
all.
panko I used. But let's take a little break, and I'm gonna put some panko on this, and then we'll be right back. Our fat's not hot yet either.
So I handed over to Paula because this is the part I don't like. I don't like cooking them. And she cooks them to perfection.
Oh my gosh, I don't know about that.
Why don't you like cooking them though? Because they don't come out pretty.
They're not pretty. I just smush them down until I feel like it's done, and they're not nearly as pretty. But you can put the panko coating on the outside and basically make a crust. You're gonna make a
Yes.
crunchy crust. And one of the reasons why I love them, not just for the taste, but I like anything that's quick in the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
So
I like how she said she was just going to put a little panko.
yeah.
Well, I just said that to Michelle. I'm swallowing very, very hard. Yeah, see, if I don't add the panko to them, they will come apart.
Yeah, so mine almost reminded me of the lace toe cakes, like the real
Yes,
thin ones.
yes, uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what my crab cakes end up. Like when I cook them.
You know what I'm going to make to go with our turnip greens tonight?
What?
Some crackling cornbread.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
I have been wanting crackling cornbread so bad, and I hadn't cooked any because your daddy was on that. I'm not eating any carbs, and I didn't want to make a hoe cake pan. I mean, a pan full of.
This was almost a brand new box, people, just so you know. And she was only going to use a little bit.
Yeah. All right, I just want to make sure those beautiful things are going to stay together. All right, now let's make sure our heat is right. Over here, I turned it down real low. So do you think I need to pour some of this fat off? Is that too much, Michelle?
No, I don't think there's any right or wrong way to do it. I think it'll be delicious in that. I
Okay.
think if you wanted to use less, you could, because all you're really doing is heating up your
Yeah.
crab meat and just making
Yeah.
sure your egg is cooked through.
Yeah. These are just beautiful.
Michelle, you could go in the crab cake business.
Mm-hmm. She darn sure could.
I know, well, I told you, I just
You'd
finally
have
got
to
that
charge
age where-
$50 a
Yeah.
patty, though.
I know.
Because it's so time
Yeah, but you don't
consuming.
mind when you're cooking for people that you love
Yes.
and that love crab meat. Like, you're not allowed to eat my crab cakes unless you love crab. But you know,
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to feed somebody something they don't like.
Or don't appreciate.
I don't appreciate.
Appreciate.
It's more of the word appreciate.
That's the word, Teresa. That's the correct word.
My mom and dad used to pick crab, and I would suddenly appear when the last crab
Well, that's how it was as a kid, and Dad is infamous, and he did it the other day on the dock. We had 5 traps in, and all I could think of was, oh my God, I thought we just had 1 in. Like, why do we have to have 1,000,000 crabs? Because I know that means we're going to be sitting there for a really long time picking them. So when I go with Henry and John, and we go crabbing, we normally just throw the hand baskets over the dock.
Yeah.
And we normally stop at 10 to 12 crabs, and we have 4 or 5 crab cakes, and we have appetizers. But when you go with Dad, you've got enough to make double crab, crab cake, crab au gratin.
Yes.
That's because he's been hanging out with Paula.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Michael's always been one that if one was good, 10's got to be a whole lot better.
Yeah. But really, we would always eat them, you know, down on the dock, and then come inside, and whatever was left either got brought to somebody's aunt or got used for crab au gratin.
You could bake these too, couldn't you, really, if you wanted to?
You could.
This could be like in an air fryer.
These would do great in the air fryer. But I want the flavor of the fat.
So good.
All right, so just don't let me get them too brown, Michelle. On one side.
How long do you think?
I'm asking the wrong person. That's why I told her to cook them. 2 minutes on each side probably will be cooked through. I mean, we do them super thick, so it depends on how thick you do them or how thin you do them. I've cooked them every way.
All right, I'm gonna flip one and look at it.
So with those, I'd probably say,
Yum.
so good.
Yeah, I don't think I could have poured any grease off and it done right.
No, because it made a lot.
Yes. And we're not even.
This was when my friends were all getting married and having babies. It was a simple shower. If you just take some crab cakes and some asparagus and a salad and a quiche and like coffee cake or muffins, boom, you done. And it's beautiful. And easy.
No, crabs or cakes are not easy because you had to pick the crab.
The picking, but when you get to the point
that
of
one wanted to
looking
tear
at
up
like
on me.
spending time with whoever you're picking with, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. That one wanted to come apart on me, Michelle. I'm gonna have to put a little bit more. Those are beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I do wish, well, I've got a tartar sauce. This one's going to tear up too.
You want to be soft and gentle with the spatula?
No, actually, this one's working better than that great big fat one. I should have known not to do anything with my green spatula.
I'm gonna have to try a bite. So good.
So stinking delicious.
So Paula's always trying to get me to cook something in the air fryer. I'm like, I'm still trying to master the stove.
I have not been able to talk her into it yet. And I said, if you ever try it once, you will never go back.
So she's gonna stick these last 3 and show me how she likes to do it in the air fryer.
Yes. And these save a good bit of calories, Michelle, by cooking this in your air fryer. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure they're good and
You want me to
coated.
spray the air fryer?
No, actually, we're gonna spray this.
Oh, really?
Well, you can spray a little on the air fryer, yeah. And why don't we, I don't ever preheat it, but why don't you spray a little on the
Good.
bottom? See, because it's got a non-stick bottom.
Oh,
And so let's turn it on and preheat it so and let's cook it on about 400. So we'll set it on like 20 minutes just so it can get good and hot. And then we're gonna put those 3 crab cakes and a devil crab. All right, now this is when I would do the celery and all that other stuff,
yeah.
you know, for the devil crab.
A typical southern deviled crab is celery, onion, and bell pepper sauteed down until it's soft in butter, and then mixed with your crab and some mayonnaise, sometimes an egg, and then a lot of like herbed stuffing seasoning, and that's what a lot of people really like a whole lot, and that's what you're gonna get typically if you go to a restaurant in the South.
I'm hard to please with a devil crab too. I'm hard to please. All right, did we put Old Bay in this?
It did go in the mixture, but you can never have enough Old Bay.
Yeah. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit more in there, and then to make this really a devil crab, I'm gonna take a piece of white bread, put a little milk on it, and mix it in. So
See, I quite like that better. I think that's the reason I don't really love the typical devil crabs is because that herb stuffing mix. So.
Yeah. I don't think we want that, Michelle.
Are you going to put it in one of the actual shells? Do you want me to pull a shell out?
Yes, and we kind of need to dry it off maybe a little. So I told y'all that Michael threw those in a boiling water to just kind of sterilize them. And I'm going to take some white bread, and like I said, I'm going to put it in a bowl, pour a little milk over it so it'll get gummy. Not much, just a little bit. And I'm going to just tear it up, and I'm going to mix it in with that crab. Just like this. A little bit more milk. How's it coming?
That's good.
Good. Usually when they get through picking crabs, I immediately put those in a pot because I like to use them for decoration too, to just pile them all up in a pretty bowl. And it's beautiful, Michelle. Just, okay. Ooh, that's a big one. All right, so I'm gonna just take my breadcrumbs and mix them in with our crab. We had added the egg at this point, hadn't we?
Yes. You want more mayonnaise or anything?
No, I think it's good.
Yeah, that was just mayonnaise, egg.
Okay. And I think this looks pretty good. We got it nice and bready. And just gonna make sure we have enough Old Bay. All right, so this is the way I do it. I just load up those shells and I pack it into those points, Michelle, so you're not disappointed when you dig in there. You got something to eat. Yes. This is gonna be delicious devil crab.
Next time we throw the baskets out, we need to make your crab soup.
Oh my
Crab
gosh,
soup's
it
so
is
delicious.
so good, isn't it? We will do that. Okay. Now I'm gonna just sprinkle it with a little bit more Old Bay just to help it brown a little bit. And I'm gonna have to wash my hands.
Are you gonna put these in the oven and on a little baking pan?
Now I'm just gonna put them in the air fryer. All right, now if you would just get me a little slice of butter and put on the top of each of them. Oh, it's right here. Butter's right here. Just,
I'm
you
still
know.
so lost. I'm not
Well,
used to
me
this kitchen.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too. I used to.
Little pat of butter on top. Here you go.
All right, I'm going to give those a quick spray. That's all right. I know where this stay. All right, so I'm just gonna spray those tops real good. And I'm gonna put one little pat of butter on top of the crab cakes because I just like for them to have a little bit of fat. So here we go. 400 degrees, and you're gonna save a lot of calories, y'all, by doing it in the air fryer. I'm gonna make a believer out of this kid, yeah. One of the things I love about Michelle is waste not honey. You'd think she was my age when it comes to stuff like that. She doesn't like to throw away food, and I don't either. So she bagged up that one crab cake that fell apart, and she said, now you can make an omelet out of this for breakfast. And you know your daddy will do it. He prides in his omelets. But Michael, now we've got two devil crab, one in the little shells that Emerald sent me, and then two in the devil crab in the original house that the crabs lived in.
Right.
So I've got one over here that I want you to taste, and I have to tell you that Michelle and I tasted the broke up one. So we know it's good. But there's your crab cake to taste. Now you tell us.
This is mine?
Yes, you tell us what you think.
It's full of crab. I love that.
Oh, it's all crab.
That's
Is
delicious.
it good?
That's delicious.
Your daughter done it.
Some of them taste like dressing, just like.
Yeah, it's all bread. So I added bread to the devil crab, Michael. So it's gonna be a little bready, but not too bad. We didn't do too much, did we?
No, I think it's gonna be delicious.
You want a bite, Paul?
Oh yeah, I'll take a bite since I haven't tasted it yet. Are my pants on fire yet?
Look at over here, side.
I can't because there's wires over there. I'll fall. Okay, wait, I'll come around it. He's using my old tricks, y'all. I just do that thing all the time.
Say it again.
Have you seen that commercial? This singer is in the recording studio, and they say, "Okay, bro, do what you need to do." Takes a big scoop of peanut butter and then sings.
Oh my gosh.
It's so funny.
I'm good.
He can't do it without the peanut butter. Okay, let's take a look, Eddie, at the. Look at those. Look how beautiful. They are beautiful.
Yeah, perfect.
And because you're not touching them or flipping them, they stay together a lot better in the air fryer than naturally in the frying pan. But we put a little butter on top. So,
Just a little dollop.
so
I think so.
oh yeah, that's right. Michelle didn't know what they tasted like either.
That is so good. So good.
Did you give Teresa a bite, Mikey?
Teresa, you want some?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
You don't want the family spoon?
Why? I can get a clean fork.
Oh, no, I'm good right
Oh, come try it.
Yes.
No, seriously.
Oh,
Here, I'll get you a clean fork.
hey, did you try it?
Nope, not yet.
Teresa, come look at these in the air fryer.
Crab is
I just bit into a little onion.
So good.
Oh my God.
Have you ever tasted a crab cake that good?
No.
No. All right, come on.
And I'm
get-
like Michelle. I don't like all the filling.
Look at this, Teresa.
See, I love the way the air fryer is.
I do too.
I have to, I'm a
too.
sold person on that.
Me too. So
Michelle, just so
maybe
you know,
5 more
256.
minutes in the air fryer. No, you finish it, honey.
That's the only way to eat them.
And then there's nothing to do but to sit down and eat them. Okay, Michelle. Now this is air fryer results. Look at that. Is that
Beautiful.
not precious? Now I do want you to taste the devil crab. And see if you like
No, I think I'll love it.
this version, even though it's breadier. Let me get you a fork or get somebody a fork.
You got me one.
Okay.
So that's all you need is one, right?
What you think?
That's so good. So I think I must not like the onion, celery, bell pepper.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
maybe the stuffing mix, a typical one. I
Yeah.
love this, but I love everything you cook, so that doesn't
And
surprise me.
I love it. I love it in its natural habitat.
So pretty.
Mmm.
Let me see
Delicious.
the outside.
Isn't it pretty? Beautiful. And like I said, I can't believe how much better these hold up in the air fryer. And lot less calories, y'all. Not that we're counting. But cooks faster, clean. I just love my air fryer. So thank you, baby.
Oh, you're welcome. I love you.
I'm eating such hot food, my nose is running away with me. Okay, go pick up your children.
All right.
I love you.
See y'all later.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.